Why pay a lawyer when code can do it for free?
So what does that mean? It means that we could put some sort of, in the traditional world, you'd use a lawyer to write up a contract. And, maybe it would say, okay, I'm Brian, I'm going to put 1 million rupees into Nikhil's company. And in exchange, Nikhil's going to give me some shares of his stock and some voting rights. And, we could have a lawyer write up that on a piece of paper, and we could both sign it, and I give you the money and I get the shares. In the Ethereum world, they said, what if we could put the law or the contract into software on the blockchain itself? And so they actually have like a programming language in the blockchain itself. And so we can make a smart contract where you publish it on the blockchain. Anybody in the world can see it, and you say, hey, I'm raising money for my company. And if I, Brian, send money into that smart contract, I get the shares back. And so I don't have to trust that lawyer who wrote it or some court in some country. Like, anybody in the whole world can now participate in that smart contract. And there's been very fascinating examples that have happened where people who have never even met each other, there's no lawyers involved, they've never met, and they'll post a smart contract, and like 20,000 people around the world within 5 minutes will participate in that contract, and they'll somehow collaborate and do something in the world together, go buy art or whatever they're doing. And so that's a very fascinating thing. Now, smart contracts are very new, and there's been lots of bugs in the software where people sometimes, there's not a lot of people who have experience writing these. So sometimes people will write one of these and there'll be a flaw found, and people get money stolen. So it's a very kind of new area, I would say. But
can you give me a simple example that I could use it for? Like if I need a smart contract?
Yeah. I'd say like the most classic examples that people have done so far is that like they want to raise a venture fund, and so they have LPs, and so they'll publish to the world and say, here's what we plan to invest in, and everybody can wire in money, and then we can collectively decide to go buy things. That would be an example. Another example would be right now we're making an on-chain payment protocol, and in the world of payments, you need to think about how to handle things like refunds, and you can authorize the card but settle the funds later when the item ships, right? Or maybe you need to think about how to do subscription payments. So these are all things we can actually write into a smart contract. And so those are examples of the kind of things. It's actually what would be called a Turing complete language in the smart contract, meaning you can actually write any software. It's like a totally complete, just like C++ or JavaScript. You can write anything in there. But usually people are trying to make a very specific thing. They're not trying to like make a whole computer in there. Yeah.
So what are these being used for now? Say Bitcoin has become a store of value.